Okay, so Casaver is he is what I wanted to mostly talk about because he is just so fucking befuddling. So yeah, they introduce that there's like something between what's this, Bishop and Casaver, like, and they argue about that like right in front of you, of course, which is like incredibly just evocative of what this mod is, where you listen to these two guys fight over what your player character wants in a man, while you're right there and unable to comment on anything. Um, okay, so yeah, Casavir's fucking like vague, non-specific vows. This mod doesn't give a shit about that it's in the Elder Scrolls. This mod could take place literally anywhere. Yet they don't specify like absolutely anything about him. So I think Casavir would be allowed to fuck, and it's kind of weird that he isn't. But anyway, that's not really important, because what is more important is that they keep setting up like Casavir has some dark secret in his past. Like everyone knows. Oh my God, stop it. So they're setting something up with Casavir, like implying that there is some dark secret to his past, something that everyone else knows but you don't. Kind of implying that maybe, I mean, probably something sexual given the nature of this mod. Probably something he feels some sort of guilt over, and it has turned to his vague, non-specific religious vows to kind of seek redemption. So yeah, they're setting that up, and that is a trope that exists. It's a really interesting trope to me, because it always strikes me as like, it's not gay coding, but the characters who are involved in that always feel a little fruity, like they always feel a little LGBT, because like the character mostly takes place in either Christian media or like kind of implicitly culturally Christian media, um, because it's kind of, I mean, not universal, but kind of a Christian thing to seek redemption from like converting to religion and see that as like a great thing. So and where this gets kind of gay feeling is because this trope usually at least implies some degree of sexual guilt, or like most instances I've seen this and at least had like had some implicit like sex related shit in the past, or they just don't describe anything at all. But I don't know, it always strikes me more as like a very specifically gay narrative, and it never is, but it's like it's something that should be, because in real life, a lot of gay people, a lot of the LGBTs are like, who are Christian or who are in a Christian setting, will attempt to convert or like dive themselves more deeply into their faith to like pray the gay away, etc. And that's what it feels like. That trope always feels like that, and it never is. It never is. And then like that when it exists in media like this, or how people interpret it, is typically in a way that's like very enticing. It's usually, like in stuff like this for a straight female audience, it's like more there so they can imagine that this nice, friendly guy was, bad boy nasty in the past, and that he had all sorts of kinky sex or whatever, and now he's good boy nice. Um, so it's like, they can both have their self-insert, like get pregnant with him and raise a nice family, but also imagine that in the past he had some really wild and wacky sex, and usually, and I think like a lot of straight women kind of detect the gay vibes of it too, but like in a negative way, because a lot of the time when I see people interpreting this trope, they have it be like, maybe in the past he experimented with men, but that's kind of part of his dark past, and now like whatever remains of his bisexuality has been thoroughly squashed to death by the towering mass of your character's cisgender heterosexuality. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyways, the point is, none of that actually fucking happens in this, because in spite of it, like, kind of setting up like there's something going on with him, like there's some dark secret to his past, and it's not just Bishop who says that. There's an NPC at the ballroom who also suggests that. So you're, like, totally waiting for the ball to drop. Like, what did he do? Was he in the Daedric cult? Was he, like, I don't fucking know. Something, probably sexual, probably, like, very saucy and scandalous. You know, like, okay, when is it gonna be? There's fucking never anything. There's never anything. It is leading up to nothing. So then it comes to the question of what the fuck is supposed to be his problem. What the fuck is his problem supposed to be? Because Bishop feels very strongly about him, as you can tell. Something about him is untrustworthy. Something about him is false, which, you know, it's, again, the obvious implication would be that there's some dark secret to his past, but there is not. So instead we have to turn to his dialogue, which is like, oh my fucking god, it's like, so I think the conclusion that is drawn is the reason that Bishop finds him so untrustworthy is that he is nice, but still capable of being horny. Like, that's the big secret. Because he talks all this fucking shit about, like, you set yourself up as a saint. When that hot wench is in your arms, you're gonna want to bone so hard. And it's like, I think that's supposed to be the thing. Like, that is supposed to be it. And the thing with fucking that is Bishop is also extremely horny, except he's not nice. He's mean as shit. He is, like, unpleasant and nasty. And, like, to be real, Casaver is also extremely fucking unpleasant. Like, I'm so uncomfortable sitting there being called milady by this fucking asshole. But, you know, he's comparatively, like, I don't know, not scary, not, like mildly sexually aggressive. So they're the exact same fucking thing. They're both horny ass dudes, but Casaver is apparently bad and wrong for you because he hides the dark secret, which is that he's horny, which Bishop also is. And it's so fucking weird. Like, I don't know what the intent. Like, I keep thinking I maybe missed some dialogue that, like, explains, oh no, in the past he made nasty elf pornography or something. but no, the whole dark secret, the whole you shouldn't trust him is because he is horny and his blood will boil just like Bishop, except it's bad because he's not extremely open about it. Like, that's duplicitous. Like, fuck no, dude. That's normal. That's normal. And the fucking lines about, like, how he won't be able to control himself. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what worldview contributes to this horse shit? Like, the implication here is, like, that just the men of this nightmare scape are just totally without free will and will become ravenous with lust to the slightest whiff of her vagina. And, like, it's so fucking weird. It's so weird. Like, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. You don't just look at someone and, like, lose control and lose all your vows of fucking chastity. I think Bishop probably needs to speak to a therapist because his views on sex and, like, all that shit are very fucking warped and dangerous. Like, it's so fucking weird. Like, oh my god, I don't even know what else to say about it. It's just the most bizarre shit. That's so fucking bizarre. And then this whole time, yeah, they're fighting over you, with you right in front of him. And I think Casaver is the only one who actually asks for your opinion on things, which is, yeah, of course. I absolutely love how just outclassed Bishop is by all these other extremely unappealing, like really just boring and like shitty guys, and he manages to be worse. And oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's also fucking terrible.